Welcome to Fast Five, where our 4 panelists weigh in on 5 separate topics. So let's get started, panel. Big topic this past week, well, a couple of weeks, Emily Keller on the City Council has been cleared of the ethics concern. I would like for someone to jump in, maybe give a quick overview of what happened there and your thoughts on it.
She won a car at the Fireman's Bonanza over there at the Hagerstown Speedway. Okay, completely random draw. Everyone who buys a ticket to get in there has the opportunity possibly to win something. She won. You know, she talked over a couple of people, wanted to make sure there wasn't an ethics concern. But then all of a sudden, a couple people started beating their drums and tapping the cymbals like the little monkey in front of the K&K toys, you know, ching, 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 and we have a big ethics scandal that we have to investigate. You know, fortunately, she was cleared. It was a random chance that her number got pulled out.
Let me ask you this. Even though she was cleared by the Ethics Commission or panel, whatever you want to call them, they still suggested that she donate the money back to the organization. What is your feeling on that?
I followed it. I do know that Emily requested an ethics opinion before
she accepted
the two people got on her case about it. I do know that. I would not give the money back to the organization where it came from. What I would do if I were her, and I hope she would listen, and I hope she's listening now. She didn't have that money before, and I think her future can be bright depending on how she handles this issue. I would set up a group, a couple of people in the town, and set up a Emily Keller fund to give certain groups in Hagerstown the total amount of money that she won that would show that her ethic is beyond reproach and the perception of what she does is beyond reproach that takes her into the future. That's not probably something that she may want to hear, but I think for her future, she would best be served to work out a way to disperse the money into the community. I would not give it back from where I got it.
You're right. That's the biggest issue is a matter of perception of everyone around. So let's move on to the next topic, if that's okay. Should elected officials involved in the Fort Ritchie deal be disallowed from doing work there? And so what we're talking about is contract work that could be a conflict of interest with certain high-profile members.
Terry Baker's retired from the school system. Correct. Yeah. Jeff Klein is a real estate agent.
Right.
Wayne Kiefer, he has an antique shop in Hancock.
Antique shop in Hancock.
Okay.
Yep.
That only leaves 2 other individuals that we're potentially talking about.
John Barr.
So, yeah, John Barr and of course Myers. So let's be fair here. All right. So there's pros and cons to letting them do work there. The pros would be they may end up they could possibly be the best value for the bid. The cons are we are giving this firm 60 some acres of land for
63.
free. For free. All right. Had they been sold that land at a fair market value, I would not have much objections to them bidding on work up there. But because they were given that land by the county commissioners, I absolutely disagree with them being able to do any work on that land.
So you think there's an inside competitive advantage?
I don't think that there is any intentional, but I think that any perceived advantage here, it's basically, you just gave this, this company land for free, all right? They're going to feel slightly inclined to, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Former county commissioner.
Yep.
One of the few times I will respectfully disagree.
Okay, and I'd love to hear why.
Here's why. The federal government gave the land to the county commissioners.
Okay.
The county commissioners didn't buy it. They
That's
were
fair.
given it. We all helped pay for it under the Bracken Commission, which was base realignment. They were given the money. Here's what I do think. there should be something in place that regardless of what goes on in the county, whether it's the STEM building at the college, whether it's the library, whether it's the museum, or any other building, there should be requirements of disclosure for any county commissioner that owns a business, both in the past and going forward, that they have to identify that they're doing work there, that they're bidding on it, and that then when the bids is open, that they're the low bidder.
So you're saying the same standards that are being held against President Trump should be held for our county commissioners, that they should be able to separate their business dealings and make people aware of where they're involved.
Well, he doesn't do that at all. You know where John Barr's involved, Ellsworth Electric. You know that he's doing a job here.
I mean, if you were a contractor in this county, and you were still sitting as a county commissioner, okay, would you aggressively go after the contract?
Absolutely.
Okay, because
it's an open market. I can bid on it, but I should disclose that I'm going after it, and I shouldn't be given it because if I wasn't the low bid.
Now, to be fair, I would support them bidding on it if the bid process doesn't allow the investment firm to see the name of the contractor that placed the bid.
So anonymous.
That I would
really
be okay with.
Now, who else is going to be involved up there? Former County Administrator Greg Murray involved up there? Is he going to be involved up there? Put it all into the equation when you deal with it.
Well, that's a lot to unpack.
Yes, it's a lot to unpack.
But speaking of commissioners, moving on to our next topic, 3 commissioners suggest county sexual harassment policy should apply to them. So only 3.
Should be all 5.
What happens
one
to the
couldn't
rest?
be reached. Okay, and he probably wouldn't be able to comment if he could be reached.
Right.
And the other one,
no comment.
no comment. I mean, wanted to review the facts, and at least in the article that I read in the newspaper, wanted to review details before. The fact that they are elected, does that set a different bar of obligation because they're an elected official versus being a hired employee?
You know, I read what was printed about what the policy is of the county. It's covered in the county policy. In fact, I even have it on my phone here. I could bring it out where it's actually covered appointed or elected officials, that it is covered. And for anybody not to be able to quickly answer that you shouldn't, it should have been a 5-0 answer. Yeah, we believe that we're held to the same account as anybody else. That should have been an automatic 5-0, zip, 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 zip. I don't even know why it's being debated.
Well, we're getting to the end of time for the segment, so I kind of want to skip to number 5. If we have time, we'll go back to 4, but let's get this one in because it gave me quite a giggle today. Middle school student gets 100% for a drawing of a Republican elephant. Can I say this word on TV? Pooping on Trump's head.
You know what?
He got 100%.
I'm going to start on this one because
Political satire,
I'm probably the perfect person to comment on this. I did not see the drawing, unfortunately, but based upon the description, I would definitely give him 100%, regardless of probably who it was.
But there's a better point to it.
Well,
the father came in and argued that he shouldn't have got 100% because...
That's so interesting.
Okay. No, he shouldn't have got 100%. He's arguing with whether it was a civics teacher or an art teacher, whoever gave the assignment, they were supposed to do a political drawing. He's arguing that the child shouldn't have got the money or got the 100% because...
It was disrespectful.
It was disrespectful of an elected position.
Well, there's a lot of art that, you really can consider disrespectful. And I won't talk about the culture trail there, but, I really think that, we need to have political satire that riles people up, okay? Because you want to get a reaction. That's why you want to do that kind of drawings. That's why you want to do that kind of satire. That's why I do some of that satire.
But this was a middle school student. He's not
11
and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
I know. I applaud him just for the creativity because I'm just looking at the picture thinking, what message is he really trying to say here? And that's what satire is all about, right?
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this segment. We only got through 4 out of our fast 5. So stay tuned with us and we'll be back with Last Call.